Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is going to be a general love reading for the collective. Not all of the messages that come through in this reading today may apply to everyone watching. So please only take in from this reading what speaks to your soul and what resonates for you and for your situation. And release the rest to the universe. So let's see what messages the universe wants to share with the collective today, please. What do we need to hear? I've had nothing but bad luck since our separation. Well, I feel for many of you, your person is definitely having a stroke of bad luck, and that is what happens when you reject a gift from the people upstairs, from the universe, because you are a gift of love from the universe to this person, and they are experiencing a lot of bad luck in their life at the moment because you were their lucky charm. When they were with you, when you were by their side, they felt like they could overcome anything and everything that life threw at them. With you by their side, with your love and support that you always gave this person, being their cheerleader, lifting them up, encouraging them to push through the blockages and obstacles that they were facing in their life, in terms of perhaps their career or other things they had going on, that presence is no longer in their life. They are having to go it alone, and they don't like going it alone. They are definitely missing your presence in their life. You were their cheerleader. You were their confidant. You were their support system. You encouraged this person. You praised them when they were successful. You lifted them up when they failed at something, and all of this is missing in your person's life at the moment. And they don't like how it feels not having you. You are their lucky charm. You brought them so much good luck, and they had so much more positivity in their life when the two of you were spending time together. They're definitely feeling this emptiness of not having you in their life. But as well, I do feel that they are having a stroke of bad luck, and that bad luck may be the very thing that they need to have that's causing them to wake up and have these major realizations that it's time to do something, that it's time to take action and start talking to you and bridging the distance between the two of you so you guys can start rebuilding your relationship so that they can have some better luck by having you in their life. But that's not the only reason, guys, and you know that. Your person wants you back in their life because of the love that they feel for you. I was too proud to admit my faults. Well, is in the past. They were too proud in the past to admit their faults. They were too proud to apologize. They were too prideful to take ownership and responsibility and accountability for the things that they did wrong in this connection with you, perhaps blaming you. And you know, guys, we have to consider pride and ego. They have no place in these kind of connections, truly, do they? They don't, because it is about being authentic, and it is about being real, and it is about being truthful, not only with ourselves and our partner, but to the powers that be as well, whatever that higher power is for your person. They weren't honest with themselves. They weren't honest with you. They weren't honest with God, their angels, the universe, whatever that higher power is. And they are feeling all of this at their moment, acting out of their pride instead of out of love, acting by being prideful instead of being genuine, instead of being authentic, instead of being honest and truthful, and from this place of integrity. And they are definitely feeling all of this at the moment because their life is not so happy without you. Pretty much what I'm hearing is their lives kind of suck at the moment for many of you watching the reading. It's like just one thing after another just keeps happening to them. And you know what that's like. You wake up in the morning and the alarm didn't go off, and so you're late for work. And then you spill coffee on yourself because you're trying to rush out the door to jump in the car so that you can drive to work. And then when you get on the freeway, there's a big, huge traffic jam because there's 3 accidents ahead of you. So that makes you late for work, and on the day goes, and it's just one thing after another. That is what your person's life feels like at the moment. But when they come back to you, they are going to admit their faults. They're going to admit the mistakes that they made because they don't want to make these same mistakes moving forward with you. And it's not just about with you, it is about for the rest of their lives as well, because they know that not being accountable and responsible is causing them to live a mediocre existence. They don't want to live in this place of mediocrity anymore. They want to be this strong, powerful, empowered, confident person. And with you by their side, they can definitely accomplish this. But that is not the only reason why they want you back in their life. They want you back in their life because they feel content, peaceful, happy, tranquil, harmonious, and loved when you are together, when you are with each other. Let's see what else the universe wants to reveal for this reading today, please. What do we need to hear? What do we need to know? You have every right to be angry with me. I deserve it. Okay. So this is telling us something, guys. First of all, you do have the right to be angry with your person because you are probably very hurt by what they have done to you and to this relationship. And you do have that right to be angry with them for hurting you, for breaking your heart, for ruining this connection, for bringing so much emotional devastation into your life. You have the right to be angry at this person. But what they're also saying here is, I deserve it. So this is a major wake-up call for your person, actually, because if they were too proud to admit their faults in the past, that is something that's very different now. I deserve it. They are taking ownership of the things that they have done in this connection. They are saying that you have every right to be upset with them, that you have every right to be angry with them because they know they hurt you. And they may not have cared about this in the past when you were spending time together because they just didn't want to be honest, sincere, authentic with you because they were coming at all of this from a place of their pride and ego, finding other things in their life that were more important, making other things in their life more of a priority than you and this relationship. I deserve it. They're taking accountability and responsibility for the things that they have done that have hurt you and this relationship, for the things that created this devastation between the two of you. And as well, for some of you guys watching the reading, I feel that your person may have fears that they have caused irreparable damage to this connection. And that is something that only you can decide. It depends on how angry you are with them, right? And they are feeling and experiencing the deep, heavy weight of all of this at the moment. They are feeling the guilt. They are feeling regret. They are feeling remorse. They are feeling embarrassed. They are ashamed of themselves. And for some of you, I feel that your person has done so much damage to this connection between the two of you that they are just outright disgusted with themselves. And they want to lift themselves up and out of this dark place that they have created for themselves because their life is not happy without you. They're having a lot of bad luck. And so they are transforming and changing so that they can be someone who can contribute to this relationship, someone who is going to act with integrity and honor and truth, someone who's going to be accountable and reliable, someone who's going to put forth the effort and the energy that is necessary to win you back, to show you that they've changed, to regain your trust and your respect in them through their words and actions, by showing up for you, by being there for you, by being the partner who is worthy of you and of this love, because this is what your person is seeing and realizing now during the time you are away from each other. But they do acknowledge that you have the right to be angry. They are fearful that perhaps you may be so angry that you may not answer the phone, that you may not respond to a message, that you may not return a phone call. And this is all of the things that they have to work through right now because it is causing them to really understand the depths of the damage that they brought into this relationship and the depths of the devastation, the emotional hurt and damage that they caused you, but also themselves, because they have no one to blame but themselves. They can't turn this blame on someone else. They know what they did, but they are seeing all of it laid out before them at the moment because this bad luck that your person has been dealing with has awakened them to the fact that this is not how you treat someone that you love. Even though they may have hidden these feelings, even though they may have denied these feelings for you, this is not how you treat someone that you love. And your person is definitely awakening to all of this right now. So let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear, please? I wouldn't blame you for walking away. Well, they are kind of like in this place where they're feeling very sorry for themselves, kind of like there was this little song that was very popular when I was a child, and that was a very long time ago, guys, okay? So, nobody loves me, everybody hates me, I'm going to go eat worms. Pretty much, that is where your person is at the moment. They are taking the responsibility that they need to take. They're taking ownership of all of the problems that they've created in this relationship that, you know what, they weren't necessary. Your person sees and understands now that they didn't need to create these problems in this relationship with you. All they had to do was have an adult conversation with you, and it would have made everything so much simpler. It would have made everything so much better if they had just done that, but yet they didn't. They chose to handle it instead by running away because they didn't want to admit their faults. They didn't want to have an adult conversation. They didn't want to explain themselves. So instead of doing the responsible thing, the adult thing, the caring and loving thing, we need to talk. We need to talk about all of these things. We need to put our cards on the table. Whatever it was that your person was dealing with when the two of you were together before, they just bolted. They just ran because they couldn't handle what was happening. Having a conversation with you about that would have probably made you feel a lot better, but no, they just had to run away because they didn't have the emotional maturity to be able to have these conversations. But these things that your person is going through at the moment, they are definitely causing them to grow up in a very powerful way, which I do feel is something that is very necessary for your person at the moment, because they need to grow up and they need to make their way back to you and show you that they have changed and that they are responsible and that they can be accountable and that they can admit their faults, that they can apologize, that they can take ownership of the things that they have done wrong. And this is how they're going to represent themselves. I'm living with the karma and consequences of my choices. Well, yes, bad luck can be the consequences of their choices. And perhaps for some of you as well, your person is having to deal with karma. You know, when we do something that's really hurtful to someone else, we very often have to face those karmic repercussions of all of that, don't we? We do, actually. And karma has no expiration date. And karma will come in many different forms. It usually comes at us in the things that we care about the most. So, for example, if your person has been very focused on their career and gaining some sort of like financial gain and financial security and stability, it could hit them there. If they were trying to get a better job that was going to give them this great salary and they have been trying to do this for quite some time since the time you've been away from each other, it's just one rejection after another. Whatever we have a tendency to focus on the most, whether it is our careers or other things, perhaps our families or other people in our lives, the karma tends to hit us in that space because that is how karma works, because it is a major and an epic wake-up call from the universe. You've heard me say this before. You can either learn your lessons by just acknowledging that you need to change and go through that change, by admitting your faults, by being accountable and responsible, by apologizing for the things that you do wrong and all of your misdeeds, or the universe is going to light a fire under you. And if you still resist growing up and going through those life lessons and experiences that are supposed to mature us with personal growth and spiritual growth, the universe is going to turn up the heat even more. It's easier to just willingly go through these life lessons and have them for the evolution of our souls and for who we are, for our psyche, for our emotions, for our mental stability, our personality, and everything else. And if we keep resisting that growth, if we keep resisting those changes, the universe is going to eventually drag us kicking and screaming through these life lessons, because when the universe comes calling, we have to answer. We have to respond, and they're not going to stop until we do. And if we still decide, oh, I'm just going to resist these lessons, I'm going to run away from them, Well, karma is going to come, and your person could be feeling some karmic repercussions and other consequences for the choices that they have made concerning you and this connection in regard to how they have acted and how they have treated you. So let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear? This is probably going to be interesting today. I am really curious about what the tarot is going to say for this portion of the reading, guys, because woof. Well, no surprises there. The Nine of Swords is about some bad luck definitely hitting your person. But also it's about them dwelling on all of this. They are seeing and they are understanding with much greater awareness now than they ever have had in the past. They see it, they get it, they know it, they understand it. But it is the very thing as well that is giving them the wisdom that they need to be able to work through these issues and find their way back to you. The Nine of Swords is a card that tells us your person could be tossing and turning. They can't sleep. When they go to bed, they are taking all of their problems to bed with them, and they are thinking about all of this while they are lying in bed. And I feel as well it's causing them to not be able to sleep. And you guys know what that's like. You take something to bed with you and you try to figure it out. And then 3 hours later, you are solving the mysteries of the universe and you've come up with some sort of crazy mathematical equation that solves everything for you. Well, your person is doing something similar. But more importantly, they are feeling and experiencing through all of this the devastation of what it's like to not have you in their life. And they know that they need to do something about it. And they know that they are the one who is responsible for doing something about it. They have some anxiety, they have some fears, they have some worries that you could, in fact, walk away from them. But don't worry about that, because that is actually lighting a fire beneath them. The universe coming along as well to light a fire under them, to get things moving and get things happening between the two of you so that you can start rebuilding this relationship. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear? Let's see what we need to know for this reading today, please. What do we need to know? What do we need to hear? This is the Four of Pentacles. Well, this is about your person wanting to hold on to you, and they want to hold on to this connection. They don't want to let you go. Now, I have this is just an interesting thing here. The Four of Pentacles in a non-relationship reading is about someone who wants to hold on to their money, and they want to hold on to it very tightly, kind of like Uncle Scrooge. And when we consider how this ghost is coming into this bedroom, in this Nine of Swords card, it really is making me think of Uncle Scrooge. How those three ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future would appear to him when he was trying to sleep, very much so, looking like this person in this card, this girl in this Nine of Swords card. But through those three visitations of those three ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, your person had this wake-up call because they could see what their karmic repercussions were going to be if they continued on the path that they were going. That makes all the sense in the world. Your person, though, wanting to hold on to you and to this relationship, acknowledging, yes, I was too proud to admit my faults. I was stubborn, and I shouldn't have been this stubborn with you, but I am definitely learning what it's like to not have you in my life, because I am having dreams about it. I am having nightmares about it. I am having visitations from Christmas past, present, and future about it. Not really. I was just kind of like continuing with my story there for a minute. But your person sees and understands that you are the one for them, and they don't want to let you go, and they want this relationship with you. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know, please? What is happening? Well, okay. That is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is a very sad card, especially with the look on the face of this kneeling knight that is here. And I do feel this does imply that your person has been doing some praying to God, praying to their angels and guides to try and give them a solution for how they're going to pull themselves up and out of this mess that they have created. And of course, the universe, being the universe, is responding. But at the moment, your person is really feeling very sad. They're feeling very lost. They are feeling very pathetic right now because they know that it is through their words, actions, and behaviors that they are having to deal with all of the karmic repercussions of all of this. But not only that, this is also about them missing you. It is about them wanting to get you back. But all this kneeling knight has to do is turn around. And instead of focusing on what they have lost, which is you, and all of the guilt, regret, and remorse that they're feeling at the moment, all they have to do is turn around, and those two of cups, is still standing, and they can come back and make their way back to you. If you are willing to take them back, if you haven't walked away, and if you are watching this reading, more than likely you are not walking away from your person. And deep in your person's heart and soul, they truly know this as well. So let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? What messages are coming through? The Wheel of Fortune. Oh my God. Well, the Wheel of Fortune is the wheel of the universe. The wheel of destiny, the wheel of karma. So yes, I do feel that perhaps your person is receiving some karma for the things that they have done in this partnership and this connection with you that were so hurtful to you. You can't treat someone the way your person has and get away from it scot-free. There is always some sort of payback, whether it is a small teeny weeny payback, if your person decides to kind of like get with the program and move on with the lessons, or it is going to be a much larger payback, which for some of you watching the reading is probably what's happening for your person. It always comes in the degree of damage that we have done, right? Especially if they are resisting the lessons, especially if they are continuing to try to run and escape this growth that they need to go through, because that as well is what this Wheel of Fortune is about. It tells us that there's more to this story with your person. It's not over. It's not finished, because there is a fate between the two of you that has yet to be fulfilled for this lifetime. And your person is definitely awakening to all of this at the moment. All they have to do is turn around and grab those two cups that are behind them and start talking to you, start communicating with you, rebuilding this relationship. But at the moment, I feel your person is all in their negative headspace, negative emotion space as well, feeling what it's like to not have you in their life. But remember, emotional suffering, pain, heartache, heartbreak, karma, all of those things are very powerful teachers, because they do shake us up and wake us up and make us look at what we have done and what we need to do to repair it. So it is all working in your favor at the moment, but also in your person's favor as well. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? What does the universe want to share with the collective today, please? What do we need to hear? The Sun. Well, what a beautiful way for that last card, that last tarot card, to come out, because the Sun is about restoration. It is about renewed hope. It is about the growth that comes after the trials and tribulations. And your person, I do feel, is going through some trials and tribulations at the moment. They are really feeling and experiencing all of this right now. But again, this is what they need to go through. The Sun will come out, though, again, and shine on them. It will shine on this connection and on this relationship, because the Sun is about all things coming together for the good of both of you. It is about happiness. It is about peace, tranquility, stability, and abundance being restored to this relationship with your person. And I do feel that this Sun card is definitely something that tells us your person is holding on to the light. They are holding on to the light of this connection. They are holding on to the light that is you, because they see you as their light. They see you as their love. They see you as the inspiration that is in their life. And as well, they see you as their lucky charm. They see you as their good luck. And they want to regain what they have lost, which is definitely your person feeling and experiencing a whole lot here. But they need to go through this. They need to feel this, because this is what is waking them up. Don't feel bad for them. Don't reach out to them and say, I'm here for you if you need me. They need to go through this right now because it is waking them up and showing them the path that they need to take. You can say a prayer for them. You can send them love. You can send them light. But let them go through this by themselves rather, because you probably went through something really difficult when your person left you. You probably went through a dark night of the soul or something like that, and you had to go through that by yourself. Your person needs to go through this by themselves, and that is part of this destiny that's between you, because it is what is making them strong. It's what is giving them courage. It is what is waking them up to the power of who they are so they can return to you, this empowered, loving, caring, giving person that is not going to do any of this crap like this ever again to you or to this connection. Probably not going to want to hurt anybody else in their lives either, because what I'm seeing here is definitely a major wake-up call that is happening for your person. So on the bottom, we do have the Empress. The Empress tells us your person sees you as the ideal one for them. They see you as the one that they love, that they have feelings for, but as well, the Empress is about long-term partnership, commitment, marriage. The Empress card tells us your person sees you as a mover and a shaker. But most importantly for this reading today, it tells us that your person is going to respect you when they come back, and they are never going to treat you in these horrible, low vibration ways again, because that is what has brought all of this chaos into their life. And they don't want to treat you this way again either, because they have gained a greater respect for you now during the time that you have been away from each other. The Empress is also about sensuality. So yes, your person does feel that very strong, passionate connection to you, but also the love that comes with the Empress as well. The Empress is the divine mother, representation of the goddess Gaia. So if you are feeling out of sorts yourself, or if you are feeling really sad and frustrated, also do something to ground yourselves, guys. This is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands tells us your person wants to bridge this distance that's between you. And they want to talk to you about future goals and plans. It also tells us that they're going to pull themselves up and out of this weird funk that they have been in to make their way back to you. We also have the Hermit. I feel like your person feels very lonely with this Hermit card showing up today. Many times we can say the Hermit is about someone who is doing a lot of self-work and inner reflection. And yes, that is definitely happening for your person, because that is where the life lessons and the growth occurs. But right now, I feel that this is about them feeling lonely and not liking this space of isolation anymore. And they want to get out of this place of isolation and make their way back to you, which is what they are doing. This Hermit has come out of the cave here, and they are walking along this skywalk pathway here by that snake, which is a symbol of transformation and change. We also have the Nine of Cups, which is interesting with that Nine of Swords being there. The Nine of Cups tells us that you are your person's lucky charm. You are their lucky star, because the Nine of Cups is about happiness, joy, love, and your person feeling happiest when you are together, when you are in each other's lives. And that is what your person is acknowledging here. They're not happy without you. That's the bottom line. And I know that you are probably not happy without them either. I mean, you do for yourself what you need to do to make yourself happy, or try to make yourself happy, but your person is not happy without you, just like you are not truly fulfilled and happy without them. But as well, this Nine of Cups is about all of the love that your person feels for you that is going to come pouring out of them as they make their way back towards you. So let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know, please? Overflow. Overwhelm and plenty. This card comes with number 43. If anyone resonates with number 43, but 4 plus 3 does equal 7, which is about change, significant change, change with a purpose. And I feel that what this is telling us is, look at all the water that is surrounding that house. There is water everywhere. It looks like it's been through a flood. It looks like it's been raining for days. And There is so much water and flooding around this house. Now, I feel what this is saying, because we have to consider the element of water, and it is about emotions and feelings. And it can also be about being upset and crying. And I feel that this is about your person being, number one, overflowed with the love that they feel for you that comes with that Nine of Cups energy, but also overwhelmed emotionally with what they're going through and experiencing at the moment, what they are experiencing right now in the space where you are not around each other. Perhaps as well being overwhelmed with the consequences of their decisions and choices that they made, which clearly were not the right choices, not the right decisions at all. But yet, this is their choice. These were the choices that they made. So many times when we make the wrong choices, yes, of course, we do have to deal with the repercussions of those choices. And this, I feel, is what your person is going through right now. Let's see what else we need to know. What other messages does the collective need to hear? Stranger, curiosity. Okay, guys, I don't think this card has come up. Maybe a long time ago. But I feel that what this is telling us is your person is very curious about what's going on with you, because they wouldn't blame you for walking away, right? And they don't know truly if you have walked away. I do feel in their heart, in their soul, they know that they probably still have a chance with you, because they can acknowledge here with this Two of Wands that there is this very powerful soul connection that the two of you share with each other. But they don't know truly if you're going to give them another chance. So perhaps they are curious and they're trying to figure out what's going on with you, perhaps on the sly. Looking at your social media, if you have social media, creating fake accounts to see if they can get into your social media if you have them blocked, looking at other people's social media so that they can see photos of you if you do have them blocked, trying to find out things about you any and every way they can without actually coming forward and doing something about it. But this is something they are doing in the moment right now, because it's making them feel a little bit better. Getting a hit of your energy, it does boost them up, it does lift them up a little bit, and it is helping them work through these things. Whether or not you have social media, it does not matter. Please just take it as it resonates. If you have your own business, they could be looking at your business website as well, or they could be just looking at old pictures of you, looking at old photos, rereading old messages, asking people that know you what's going on with you, but also asking them not to tell you, because this person needs to do this way, is what I'm hearing, because they need a hit of your energy, because it is giving them the courage and the confidence that they need to start making their way towards you, which is what they're going to be doing based on what we're seeing in this reading, especially because that Two of Wands is about them bridging this distance that's between you, and they want to regain what they lost. And once they do, they are going to hold on, and they are not going to let you go ever again. Wisdom. Well, this card comes with number 22, which is about union, because we have to consider 11 plus 11. But I do feel this does confirm your person has gained so much wisdom while you have been away from each other, and that makes sense, because these things that your person is experiencing, whatever it is that they're going through, I do feel it is giving them the wisdom and the wake-up call that they need. Because when we are suffering the way I feel your person is at the moment, and they are having a difficult time, I will tell you that based on the cards, but also on what I'm hearing coming in from them, it is a difficult time for them, because they don't like not having you in their life. They see and understand now so much better than they ever did before, and that is something that they have learned with this Hermit card also, but also with that Nine of Cups, saying, I am happiest when you are in my life. Why did I do this? I really screwed up. I made so many mistakes and I shouldn't have. I have so many regrets. I am really suffering the consequences of my decisions, and I need to get back so that we can start reuniting with each other. Rock bottom. Must persevere and face life head on. Well, yes, this is what your person is doing. And they must master situations that challenge them to learn and to push the boundaries of life. And I do feel for many of you out there watching this reading, your person is having to persevere through these difficult circumstances because that is part of their soul blueprint for this lifetime that comes with that wheel of fortune that is buried under there. They can't walk away from this soul contract that they have at the moment. They can't walk away from it at all. Actually, they have to work through it and fulfill it however they can in the best way that they can. Unfortunately, it takes them longer than we would like, but they do work through it eventually. And what this is saying is they're having to face these situations head on, but they are learning through all of this because they want to get back to you. Synchronicity. Fully aligned to your soul purpose. And I do feel that there are synchronicities that are happening for your person as well. And these are strategically orchestrated messages and events where needs are met. So I do feel that your person is getting signs and synchronicities from the universe, from the people upstairs that they need, that are kind of helping them, leading them, directing them, guiding them along this path here that is in this Two of Wands card, to come back into the light, to come back into the sunshine, and back into this light and power of your love and of this connection. It's not like the universe has abandoned your person, guys, okay? But saying a prayer for them will help them. The universe is guiding and directing them because they are calling out to the universe for help. And we talked about that with that Five of Cups card, with that knight that was kneeling on the ground and praying to God for help, for guidance, for assistance. So I do feel that this is what your person is doing. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear, please? Well, tragedy. Tragedy helps you find your purpose. Well, it does. Deep lessons concealed in tragedies, helping others cope. Okay, so it would help if the people who created these cards would put some periods on here. So let me try deciphering this again. Tragedy helps you find your purpose. Yes, it does. And what your person is going through at the moment does feel very tragic to them. Deep lessons concealed in these tragedies. Yes. There are deep life lessons that your person is going through and experiencing right now. But as I already mentioned, they could have done it so much easier if they had chosen instead to not do it the hard way. By choosing to do it the hard way, yes, of course, it becomes much more tragic, and it causes us to hit that rock bottom place where the only place that we can go is up. And that is the good news. If your person is in this rock bottom space and they are feeling that they are just surrounded by all of this stuff and it's making them very unhappy, all they have to do is step into the light. All they have to do is pick themselves up by the bootstraps and get it moving. But that is what this reading is telling us they're going to do, because they want to battle their way back to you and to this connection. They know the two of you belong together. They always have, just like you have. They just resisted it. That's why they acted the way they did. That's why they were too proud to admit their faults. That's why they acted from a place of pride and ego. That's why they created so many arguments between the two of you. Please just take all of that as it resonates. But through all of this, they are awakening and seeing what is real and what is true, and knowing that that is you and that they need to make their way back to you so the two of you can have this opportunity to start fresh and get back to this place of happiness, joy, stability, and security, where there is balance and harmony in this relationship between the two of you. And all of that comes with the Nine of Cups and the Sun. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know, please? What messages does the collective need to hear? Inner child. Healing unresolved childhood scars. Well, childhood trauma holding you back. Well, if your person has unhealed childhood scars, that can definitely be holding them back, or has been holding them back from being able to be in this relationship with you. And maybe they have talked to you about some of this, or maybe they didn't, but as they make their way towards you, they're going to tell you everything. You are going to get this massive download from your person, this huge dump of information of all of the things that they have gone through in the past that have caused them to act the way they have, that have caused them to be too proud to admit that they were wrong, that have caused them to act from this place of pride and ego, that have caused them to lash out, that have caused them to be angry, that have caused them to not be accountable and responsible, because it could be for things that happened to them when they were children or when they were younger. Elementary school, high school, junior high, they could be carrying some wounded inner child stuff with them. And that does take work. It doesn't go away by itself. If you have a wounded inner child, it takes time to look at that, to examine it and heal it and release it and let it go. And that is part of that Hermit card as well. Your person knowing that they need to spend that time in the inner planes with self-reflection and looking within to heal these things. But this is what they want to do because they don't want to be without you. And if you have a wounded inner child as well, you guys watching the reading, or you still have some remnants of a wounded inner child, do the work that you need to do to release that and let that go, because it can also be negatively impacting your connection with your person. They want to come back. They are feeling all of the consequences for their words and actions and behaviors that were so hurtful to you and to this relationship. And they do not want to go through anything like this ever again, which is a very powerful teacher for your person when you think about it. Yes, I don't want to go through this again. I'm going to make sure that I never act and behave in these ways ever again because I don't like how it feels and I don't want to go through something like this ever again. I do not like it. I don't want to go through this. Because your person wants to get back to their happy space in this Nine of Cups space, in this Sun space with you. And the only way that they can do that is to start pulling themselves up and out of this place of isolation where they are feeling lonely, although this is something they did to themselves, and making their way back to you. But this Two of Wands tells us that they're going to take the bull by the horns, so to speak. Actually, they will take the bull by the horns and they will start navigating their way back towards you because they want this partnership with you. They want this relationship with you. And although they have done these things and they may fear that you're mad at them or you're angry at them and you may not take them back, they are still going to try, because for your person, their ultimate happiness, joy, peace, tranquility, abundance, harmony, and stability lies in this connection with you. And that is what they are trying to work towards, because that is where their heart is and that is where their home is, because you are their heart and you are their home, and they are working their way back to you. This is your reading for today, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all of you so very much. Blessings of peace, love, and light to everyone. Have a great day, guys.